Hi, it's Dave. It's May the 14th today, 2019, I believe. It's around 8 o'clock in the morning. What I wanted to just show you is I tell you that there are no people living here. All the humans have fled. Let me give you another way to prove this to you. We're on a street near Davie and Thurlow, just basically I would say near the west end towards, the west end of Vancouver itself. So when you're in an apartment building and I was just walking along the street, well, have a look in here. If you can see this in detail, the grass hasn't been mowed since, I don't know. This is about a foot and a half, I'd say. How long would it take for grass to grow that much? Um, what they do is if I go to a place and they're not expecting it, they go helter skelter and go crazy trying to make it look like people live there. But, there's always something that is missed, especially when you've got a big city. The University of Victoria, for example, the whole entire place was full of moss before I got there. The whole entire campus, every square foot was full of moss. So I just wanted to show you this. It's just in a sad way, it's pathetic, but there's nobody living here, folks. Whenever you see these cars, there's about a 10 block radius around me, and that's where the activity is. And if you go, 10 miles in either direction, it will be silent as a church. It's just dead silent. But I wanted to show you this. It's just priceless. We saw something like this right around the UBC where the human remains were buried. And this is the same thing. There's just like very little grass cutting. There's some here, but you can see a lot of it was missed. There were just such a rush. It is May the maybe 17th, 18th maybe. It's about 8:20, 8:30 now in the evening. I'm in front of somewhere where I've been before. The reason I'm taping this is I was walking down the street and I came along this square and I sat down and I started looking around and I looked to my very right and I looked and there's a Starbucks there. And the funny thing is I thought to myself, I know that Starbucks. I've been here a million times before. Why did I not literally, but maybe I've been here 7 to 8 times before. And I thought, why did I not recognize this? This appeared to be a brand new thing to me. I thought I stumbled upon something brand new. And so I looked around and you can look and see, well, there's no grass, it hasn't been tended for a while. So there's lots of grass kind of growing awkwardly all through the place. And so it looks messy and unkempt and there hasn't been a gardener around for a while. So you see that. And then the other thing was, after I saw that, I was sitting down and I noticed, I looked around and I noticed these bumps, like these humps that we saw that I most recently saw at the UBC, that there's just this protrusion of earth that has just erupted up toward the sky and it's just now there. So you see this all through. That was the second thought. Then oddly enough, the third thought was, oh, okay, so those protrusions are because they planted the trees. And I thought, okay, that makes sense. Why was I thinking there was something odd about these protrusions? But then I looked over right where I was sitting, right and directly in front of me, and I thought, well, that would account for why there's a protrusion right there at the tree trunk. But why is it the same level before it drops off over here? So if you can try to see it here, it's at a higher elevation for a longer distance than would be necessary given the tree being planted. And then so I look around here and, this place is just always so strange to me. There's always strange things going on in Vancouver and just strange things. There's these protuberances of land, as I now call them, that just shoot up and they're unexplainable. Like, what is there? There's this odd thing with flower boxes and gardening boxes. If you remember in Toronto, under the Toronto police state series, there one maybe I can't remember if it was number 14, 15, 16, where I started filming next door to the Tarchi, where I was a U of T residence, where I was staying for the summer for 2 weeks. I started filming around there in the backyard of the house right beside the church, beside where I was staying. There were the strange flower boxes. And I remember looking at them at the time and thinking, are these flower boxes? Because in a way, they kind of look like graves. And that is a theme that is very apparent all through Vancouver and Victoria. These flower boxes that you could tell have not been there normally. Like the seating is extended over one side but not on another, or it's got a different type of brick. Things have been altered. There are things being buried here, is what I am saying directly to you. I don't know exactly what they are. I don't know if it's human body parts. I don't know if it's fetuses. I don't know what it is, but there are things that are being buried in the ground that are unusual and are causing noticeable changes in the area around them. And this kind of thing here, right, that I'm looking at now, this kind of thing, all of a sudden, this flat surface square has now got all of this going on. It just seems a little kind of weird to me, or kind of odd. Hello, it's Tuesday, the 21st or 22nd of May, 2019. I don't remember. I just wanted to show you this. Like, they try to pretend that this is real and nothing has changed, and there's all Canadians and all humans here. There's only like a 4 or 5 block radius where there's life, and everything else is totally empty and dead. Look at the grass here. Like, this is such a joke. And they're pretending this Neverland that's so mentally insane, frankly, considering they think I'm mental. And they want me to believe that everything is normal. There's nothing new. Nothing is ever mowed. There's no people. There's stores that are just vacant, 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 vacant. But yet we're pretending this goddamn Neverland for like 3 years. And I'm sitting here thinking, this is all bullshit. This isn't real. And everyone around me just is all pretending something that's not real. Like, they're all psychotic, and yet everybody's pretending bullshit. So I'm stuck here because no one will be honest and deal with reality. Like, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. It's just, if they try to skip things hoping I don't see it, or, and so I bring it up and say, oh, this is bullshit. And nobody talks to me still. 3 years later, I don't know what the hell is going on in the world. Nobody's told me what happened in 2016. And more importantly, nobody's told me what health risk I've been under. Nobody goddamn answers a question. Look at this. Look at this thing. It's just like, it hasn't been mowed. How long is this? Like, the grass is like at least a foot and a half high. It hasn't been mowed. And look at this. It's just, okay, and this is all real? And they're all around pretending that this is real, even though they know that 10 blocks away there isn't a single form of life moving, and there hasn't been for years. Like, can you imagine this goddamn fucking nonsense? Can you imagine this fucking stupid nonsense? People are fabricating a reality that's total bullshit. Does this look like somebody's living here? Like, I'm stunned at how goddamn stupid the world is right now, that we would actually pretend that these people are human, even though there's no goddamn hope in hell that they're human. There isn't a human around anywhere. It's just, I am so sick of this. I am so sick of the stupidity and mindless, senseless inhumanity of all of this. I'm just sick of this. I am so fed up with all of this. It's just stupid. People will look back in the future and think, how could those people have been so damn stupid? There's no goddamn animals, and no one thinks that's a problem. No one will even address the fact that there's no animals. Can you believe this? A bunch of people are running around pretending Neverland, spending billions of dollars, and there isn't a goddamn animal in sight. I am just shocked at how goddamn stupid this has become. I have $2 for food for the entire day today. That's how much I was able to raise from begging. How much money do you think they spent on this jackass spectacle? Do you think people are living here? Do you get the sense that they are? Do you get the sense, really? Do you just get the gut sense when you look around and hear it? Do you think people, besides this fake shit, do you think people live here? There's no people here. There are streets that I walk down that I can tell people haven't walked this street for years. 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 It's just amazing. It's truly shocking, the insanity of Canada today. And I was dumped in with a bunch of insects that aren't even human. And they've starved me and molested me and made me homeless and taken my clothes. And they refuse to let me see a doctor, and no one helps me. I'm left all alone to sink or swim. I'm so fed up.